back at it again with CRR. Yeah. Round number 3 here at COTA. Man, oh man. Circuit of Americas here at Austin. This is your boy NERForNUFFEN and Efehrzy. What's going on, Fry?
Not a whole lot. Ready to rock and roll here tonight. Beautiful track, a little bit of everything. A little bit of straights, a little bit of corners, high-speed corners, low-speed corners. Got a little bit of everything.
It's definitely a nice flowy track. Expecting not a whole lot of safety cars due to the nature of this track. But as they say in Formula One, anything can happen. So, as my former colleague was saying, a fantastic track here. Mr. Circuit of Americas, 3.4 miles, 20 turns, 2 DRS zones, major opportunities to get some overtakes done, and definitely some mega DRS zones to look out for this evening.
Yeah, I got off to a bit of a late start here today, so apologies for that. But we are ready to roll. We got a bit of an extra long session today with the sprint race. Should be a good one. At the moment, Anime Boy sitting on provisional pole with the 35.3. I'd imagine there's a little bit more time left in that lap for these tier 2 guys. Heeee Kid's out on a lap right now. Championship defender right now, looking to defend the season 3 championship. Mr. Excitement though, taking an engine penalty tonight. Won both of the first 2 races this season, so we'll see if anybody can challenge him tonight. Should be a good one. Big
Indeed.
thank you to a couple new followers. We got Cesar Roa, tier 1 driver, and Stealthy. I would imagine that is one of the tier 2 guys. Stealth, not here tonight, but looks like we got a couple new followers, so appreciate that. And Ghoulbucks073 in the chat. I believe that is the guy that just joined the league. I believe it got a little bit too tight for time there, Bucks. Too tight for time before everything got started. Didn't have enough time to get everything sent through. But if you are interested in racing, we definitely have room for you, and we'll get you trialed up here in the next day or two, and should be ready to rock and roll for next week. In the meantime, though, Heeee Kid with a 34.5, good time for him. We'll take provisional pole by almost a second away from Anime Boy. Like I said, defending championship winner Heeee Kid out there setting the pace, Mr. Consistency. See if he can challenge Excitement today.
Indeed, as Mr. Cam and his Ferrari is about to start his lap. One of the controller runners here in our league, everybody is, he invalidated right at the last corner, so he's not going to be able to do his lap. So that's quite unfortunate for him. But we'll ride on board with Rex. Or, yeah, right on board with Rex. Because he is the closest one to the next one across the line. Unless Gray Logic is on a lap for himself. He is. That'll put him up to P2. 35.3. Not too bad from an ex-Tier 1 driver going down into Tier 2. But as I've mentioned before, Rex looks like he's gone into some problems there. So he's missing a front wing. So we'll ride on board with...
Supreme's coming down the back straight right now in the middle of a lap. We got Bucks back in the chat saying he might be too fast for D2. And yeah, that is why we have to do the trial and stuff first. Just in case, yeah, you'd be too fast or potentially, too slow for Tier 2. But yeah, that's what the trial process is for. We'll get you hooked up there in the next day or two, maybe even tonight yet, if you have some time. And yeah, we'd love to have you if you're interested. We'll get you sorted after this race here. But in the meantime, grab some popcorn. We got an hour and a half of racing coming your way.
Supreme coming across the final corner here. DRS is about to open for him, and that'll knock Gray Logic down into the second row, and he will become the last of the first row for now, as Cam is starting his lap. Invalidated to the last corner, about to start his lap. This time, he doesn't repeat. Still going on for a good, pretty decent run here.
Looks like he cut the corner there through the S's, but game gave it to him. See if he can hook up a lap here. I think he's been out on a couple already, but it's so easy to invalidate around this track, as me and you were talking about yesterday doing some practice nerf. So many blind apexes and a lot of really tough, really difficult corners to navigate through. Very easy to invalidate around this track. I'd imagine.
The fair play to Cam, because he's on controller, so this is definitely not a controller-friendly track. It's definitely more dominant towards a wheel aspect, but as we've seen in the Creator Series, Razin Chai, he was on controller and he won his first ever race in, I believe, Season 4 of the Creator Series. So it's anyone's race right now, controller or anything. You just have to have the strategy and the pace to do so. Cam just about to come through the final DRS detection zone here. Gets the car nice and pointed through there, but loses the car just a bit. Coming through the final corner here. Chooses third gear. Go a little bit on the slower side. Coming out of the corner. Sets a 37.4. And that'll put him 7th fastest.
I believe we only have 8 qualifiers here today, because I think we got... What do we got? We got 6 engine penalties, 7 engine penalty takers here today. So everybody opting to take one of their 2 engine penalties for the season at the first sprint race of the season. I guess that kind of makes sense. You're able to make up a few more positions in the sprint. That way,
and Ronix
doesn't hurt as much for the race.
Ronix goes 3rd fastest with a 35.368, just marginally faster than Gray Logic there. Not sure if he's a new driver or if it was a name change, but very well done for him.
He is new, yeah. He's the only new driver today.
For sure.
Only one of these guys that has not raced with us yet. See what he can put together today. As we got F1 Lads, looks like he's coming off into the pits. I thought he would maybe be starting a lap, but at the moment we got nobody out on laps. But I think the crucial idea here today is to not take track limit penalties. I think that's the biggest thing for these guys to watch out for, because you take that 3 seconds, take that 6 seconds, 9 seconds of penalties, and you know, with the potential for late safety cars, it is a pretty wide open track, but the walls aren't too far off the track. And if there is a late safety car, those penalties can really come back to haunt you.
Yeah, for sure. It's gonna be a definitely a wild one on that aspect. Who's gonna be the Matt Malios of Tier 2?
Matt Malios
gather up 23 seconds of penalty.
27, I believe it was. 27 seconds of penalties in one race. That was a race to forget for Malios, but either way, he's a great driver. Just a tough race around Qatar. Such a difficult track to stay within track limits on. And yeah, he definitely proved that there that day. We got Supreme and Hemi Kid both coming out for out laps. Supreme starting his lap first. We'll see what these guys can do. P1 and P2 provisionally coming out for their last hot laps. See if Supreme, or anyone else for that matter, can challenge Hemi Kid up at the top. 34.5 is a pretty decent time here for Tier 2.
And I've heard rumors from the skies above. Supreme has done quite a few laps around here, about 40 to 70 laps around here. So will he be able to take pole this time around as he crosses the line here? Fry, you can take him away with a hot lap.
It's hard braking there as they up the hill, uphill braking zones. You can brake later than you usually be able to, but a blind apex there at turn 1. Now down to the S's. Try and hit each of the 4 apexes as hard as you can, but carry minimum speed the whole time. Decides to stay in 6th gear, bogging down the engine just a little bit, down to 5th through there. Maybe just 1 gear too high than what would be optimal there. But it'll work. Manages to keep the rear under control through that tight left-hand kink. Down to the corner before the longest straight on the track, braking at the 70-meter board. Down to 3rd gear, back on the power. Getting a good exit out of there is crucial as you carry that extra speed the entirety of the straight. Lots of time can be gained or lost back there. Braking just before the 100-meter board. Tight hairpin corner. Cut the corner as much as the game allows. Back up to the left-hand side. Hit the apex on the right. Carry up to the left. Get on the speed as soon as you dare. Way up on the right-hand curb. Doesn't go quite as wide as maybe what would be optimal there, but hits the double apex left-hander. And through the triple right-hander now. Hitting 2 of the 3 apexes, just like the game wants you to. The game tends to reward you for doing that. Braking just before the DRS detection line. Rounding the final corner, DRS open to the line. 35-1, slight improvement from Supreme, but not enough to trouble Heeee at the top. So Supreme, P2's the best he can do, but that is a provisional front row for him. Now Heeee coming through towards the 3rd sector now as well. Is he up on his time? He's very marginally up on his time. 800ths right now as he comes through the triple right-hander. Keeping his car tucked into the right, shortest line to the next corner. Hitting the apex on the left, down to 5th gear, back on the power. Brake hard here before the final corner, get that car rotated, and he gets it too much rotated. And that will mean no improvement for Heeee there, but we'll see if anybody can challenge him at the top. Right now he's got 6/10 gap up front. See if Anime Boy, one of the new drivers for this season, can challenge him at all.
The Anime Boy stole pole position from Mr. Excitement from in Bahrain. Will he be able to do it again here in Coda in the reverse opposite in Heeee, the next Tier 2 champion here of Season 3 here. Coming into Season 4, will Anime Boy, a new driver into Tier 2, coming on to 3 races now. Will he be able to set a pretty good time? He will with a 33.6 for Mr. Anime Boy. But will Mr. Supreme here, nope, Rex, come across the line to have some say about it?
2/10 up through the first 2 sectors for Rex. Can he find any more time here in the last sectors? He runs wide through the second to last corner. Game will not invalidate him. He will have lost some time there, though. He's got, all kinds of marbles on his tires, and he decides to just back out of the way for Cam as Cam comes through the final corner, but he is going to come into the pits as he's not going to improve. Neither is Rex. Great logic, though. Is he up on his time? It doesn't show me right now. See if Gray can find any more time here in the last sector himself.
F1
Try and move up at all.
Is making up some nice ground with some time. 1.6 up on his delta. Still in the same place he started in. Gray Logic won't improve on his time, but Heeee
lads
coming in to the pits. And
so that's your order here tonight, folks.
That'll conclude Coda qualifying for the sprint. So
only 8 qualifiers, but a lot of engine penalty takers. See what happens here in the sprint race. Skies look a little bit threatening. I wonder if there is a possibility of rain or not. Guess we'll have to find out.
Yeah, we'll never know here as the radar is definitely unpredictable this far south, so we'll have to see on how it fares for the drivers, on how they come across facing that adversity. But in the meantime, concluding the grid, Mr. Anime Boy will have his second pole for the season, followed by Heeee Kid, Supreme, Ronix, Gray Logic, Rex, Lewis, Cam, Zuper, and the rest of the engine penalty takers there coming into the grid here in a few moments' time.
Cam in the chat saying not how I wanted it to go. It looked like Cam just couldn't get a clean lap in there for the whole qualifying. It looked like he took 3 or 4 tries at it, just couldn't get one clean lap in, and 8th place might not be where he wanted to be, but can definitely fight from there. We got 15 drivers today, I believe, so halfway, right in the middle of the grid. So I know, as you said there, Nerf, you said Anime Boy's got 2 pole positions. This is only round 3. Anime's got 2 pole positions. Do you think that we have another Shira type of situation in our hands where, you know, Shira, always good for a good qualifying lap. He's always up there right at the front, lots of pole positions, but still only 1 win to his name. Do you think we got another situation like that with Anime Boy, or do you think he's going to be able to pull together and take a win here?
I mean, and if you look back in Bahrain, he, you know, it was a bad strategy call from him. He didn't spin at all. It was just bad timing, and he stayed out on those hards for a very long time. He should have pitted when that first safety car came out, and it would have saved his race, and he could have probably gotten him a win or a podium. But as of right now, he's on pole position for the second time, and I don't think he'll make the same mistake, but I do think he's got some pace to him, so I think he'll pull away marginally, but I think Heeee Kid will stay close, and Supreme will stay close as well. So I don't think anybody else will, other than maybe Mr. Excitement, will be in the top 5 in S&M, maybe. But I would say Run X, but I haven't seen how he does, and I haven't seen how he drives other than the qualifying session. But definitely some major qualifying stunts from Mr. Anime Boy. The only one to get into the 33.5s, which is really good for his timing sheets for Tier 2. But for coming into this race, you'll definitely have the advantage. But in the meantime, talking standings here, as I will fix, there we go, as talking about standings here, Mr. Excitement, obviously the dead giveaway of leading the championship here, and Metal just behind him. Metal God qualifying 11th. Really not ideal for him with that engine penalty. But like a lot of people have done, you know, sometimes it's smart to take an engine penalty this round, and sometimes it's smart to benefit on the points. So, but technically he is still in the points because, or about to be in the points anyway, because the sprint is from the top 10 first to 10th. So in the official race, he would be still in the points, as it would go from 1st to 12th in both tiers. So definitely looking forward to an exciting race, because it may be a 10-point gap between Mr. Excitement and him, but it's still a long way to go.
Yeah, speaking of excitement, you can see the huge championship lead he's out to right now. But our boy in the McLaren medal, representing the tier 2 McLarens. Hopefully he can make his way up there. Starting P11, right in front of Mr. Excitement. So those two guys definitely got some pace. P1 and 2 in the championship right now. They'll be looking to move their way up the field here in the sprint, so they can start up nice and high in the race. Looks like Sibes is in the chat saying Heemmy's stuff crashed. We'll see if we can get Heemmee Kid back in the lobby here then. Once we do that, we could probably get rolling, but in the meantime, we'll try and get him back in the lobby.
Once again, I hope he doesn't have the infamous lobby bug that I had once upon a time. That I would say cost us the championship, but last season. So
it did definitely cost us some points.
But yeah, it was. But as season 4 goes, I've already said my grid order for the top 5. What do you think there, Fry, for your top 5 sheets at the end of the day?
I think if I was a betting man, you gotta put Heemmee Kid in P1, defending championship leader starting from P2 here. He's a proven winner, and yeah, I think we're gonna throw him in P1 here. In second, that's a good question. I think Anime Boy. I think he's good for a second place here in the sprint. Third place, we'll give it to Ronix. He's shown some good pace out there, at the moment. I guess you can't see it on stream, but he's thinking about the softs right now. The only person on the grid thinking about the softs. Put him in P3. P4 will go Supreme. And P5, I'm putting Metal in there in 5th. Going to be working his way up the field there with Mr. Excitement, Sibes, S&M. They'll be working their way up through the field. They all got some pace, but very unpredictable out there. Skies look cloudy. Does that mean cold tires? Does that mean there's some rain coming? Guess we'll have to find out.
And to mention the fact that there's a sprint, so it's all or nothing. So Anime Boy doesn't have to worry about making a stop. So anything, like I said, anything can happen. So you never know. He might take his first sprint win here, or he might, just like you said, fall short into second place. And Heemmee Kid or Supreme might take advantage of that, as definitely a lot of strategy calls coming into the sprint. Not many people wanting to go for the soft compound tire, which is understandable at a point, but they can last up to 10 laps, but it'll definitely be a struggle by the time lap 10 hits. But as Frank Rasmussen has shown in the PSGL race, that tire is a definitely still a dominant tire around here compared to the mediums in a 10-lap stint.
Yeah, we'll see if anybody takes the risk, because I did give them the cue to go a few seconds ago, so within the next few seconds we should get rolling. As there we go, no formation lap. We are getting right into the action here. Lead us, my friend.
We has 5 red lights, and we are go. Heemmee Kid will go again with a great start. I'm not sure if that was a jump start or not, but his AI got a perfection out of that. But as we go in the iconic airpin, the new driver, Reinix, nearly losing the car there, but manages to keep it underway. Supreme losing 1 position off of that. Gray Logic keeping the car together in the shortest of turns through sector 1 here. Is Lewis, or Rex, actually, looking for a potential Zuper pass here, as Zuper goes a little wide there, it seems like. Struggling for grip, but Rex going down the inside of Zuper here. He's going to make the move. Done. No, not so cold tires there, but Metal will come out of nowhere and overtake both of them out of nowhere with no DRS, and Very well done, but Rhinox will be under attack.
Four
Wide
into
the hairpin. Supreme, who will come out in front? Rhinox will stay in front, but F1 Lads will make an appearance, but the door was really shut there. But as there's too wide going on with Supreme, and Rex gets a contact with Metal. Metal goes around. Oh no, there's shambles, absolute shambles with Metal God. But as we go further up the field, Rex challenging Supreme through the technical corners. He's gonna concede that position. Man, oh man, what a first lap has it been. Great logic down the inside of F1 Lads. He keeps the traction under control through there, but I see Aston Martin of Mr. Excitement losing the rear, but wow, great logic, keeping it together. Both of them have good straight line speed, but who will have the better traction coming out of turn one? Turn one, F1 Lads will keep the position.
My goodness, the action's absolutely wild. 4 wide down to the end of the straight, and man, it was 3-4, 2-3-4 wide through the entire third sector there, as the gaps are finally starting to spread out a little bit here. But my goodness, we got some winners and losers out of that chaos. Looks like Ronix up 2 positions, Zuper up 6, big winner. F1 Lads up 3, Gray in the same spot, Supreme down 3, Rex down 1, Sibes up 2, Excitement up 3, Metal up 1. Hemi Kid's just dropping down the order. I believe he's had some disconnection issues, and it looks like he did regain control of his car, but not sure exactly what was happening on the opening lap. Down 11 positions for him, down 6 for Cam, and down 2 for S&M. I know S&M was involved in some chaos there in lap 1. In the meantime, Supreme and Gray going side by side. Supreme has spun it here. As they enter Sector 3, he's going to lose a few positions there. Him and Gray were side by side. Supreme now losing it again as he tries to rejoin the track. So the 2 Mercedes running 14th and 15th right now. S&M looks like he's having some trouble there towards the back of the field as well. Anime Boy, though, stretching out his lead up front. Gap 3.2 seconds to Ronix. Going to be looking to close up that gap. Zuper sticking in nice and close as well. We got lots of action behind. Mr. Excitement looking to line up a move on Rex right now as well as they near turn 1. Excitement down the inside. Breaks nice and late. He'll have the move done and dusted, but can Rex fight it back on the exit? Doesn't look like he can. So Excitement up to P6. He's on the charge.
Yeah, Mr. Excitement on the charge. 6 positions gained. Same with Mr. Nerdy Dark Chocolate with 4 positions gained as well. But Mr. Anime Boy, the logic of the day. First penalty of the day, Rex for Tier 2. 3 seconds goes to his name by the end of the race. But Anime Boy with a 2.5 second gap by lap 3. DRS has been enabled. Rhinox will be under attack from Zuper. Pretty a pre-race winner last season. Will he be able to repeat his chances coming into the sprint race for Coda here? Looks like further back, Ray Logic coming under attack, but looks like Sibes coming under attack from Rex. Rex not getting the traction he needed, but Metal God trying to squeeze by ever so slightly as he can, but Rex gets squeezed ever so silently by Sibes. Metal God getting very frustrated by not getting by Rex, but still going on. Rex really trying to get by Sibes here, holding them both up. Rex down the inside. It looks like he wants to make a move, but loses car ever so slightly. Metal God will have the straight line advantage after that traction loss, but Rex will go around the outside for turn 1.
Goes defensive. Metal down the outside. Down the outside, down towards turn 2. Sibes went defensive, left him vulnerable on the exit of turn 1. He loses 2 positions in 1 corner. Rex up to 7th, Metal up to 8th, and Sibes drops down to 9th after that. Almost had a through goes Metal moment right there, but we got Mr. Excitement all over the heels of F1 Lads as well. Gray Logic right behind him. Gray fancies a move down the inside towards the last corner before the long straight. Not sure what number turn that is. Gray gets a bit of a bad exit, but Excitement.
Zuper Coming with that DRS down the inside. Rhinox has nothing to say about it. With those soft compound tires, Zuper will go by nice and easy. Mr. Excitement will also go nice and easy by Mr. F1 Lads. Gray Logic simply trying to get by nonchalantly by F1 Lads. F1 Lads is really struggling, as he's shown in Abu Dhabi. That struggle is not to be fond of, as he can still keep car control. But man, oh man, seems like gaps are forming, and it seems like a heck of a sprint race is going on. 5 laps to go. If you want to be technical, 6 laps to go. Anime Boy will keep the runner-ups going, but Anime Zuper and Rhinox is our closest battle for the top 2.
We got Gray trying to make a move down into turn 1. Didn't quite make it happen. F1 Lads will defend 5th place for now. See if we got any other battles. Looks like at the back, S&M getting by Hemikid. Wonder if Hemikid might be stuck in spectator bug or something like that. Or maybe it looks like the AI might still be controlling his car or something like that. So it looks like he'll be starting the feature race from the back of the grid after some connection issues. So that's very unfortunate for him.
Gray Logic will go down the inside of F1 Lads, getting the pass done before the DRS line. You'll have DRS on Mr. F1 Lads and make the pass done and dusted. And F1 Lads will have the inside line to dive down the inside for the attack, but he'll leave it vulnerable for Rex. But F1 Lads trying to keep defensive maneuvers from his teammate, but his teammate will slide right on by, but still going side by side with his teammate ever so slightly. But Rex manages to get by nice and easy, but a little bit of a traction loss. F1 Lads in middle
out of nowhere
will come out of nowhere to steal the position away. Man, oh man, Rex has been struggling out there today through the third sector.
Yeah, Metal just came out of absolutely nowhere, stole that position from Rex, but now down to turn 1. Rex is going to be looking to fight it back. Metal will go defensive down to the inside. Rex trying to make a pass around the outside, it looks like. He's going to carry a little bit too much speed, end up on the curbs. And Metal will keep the position for now as they head towards the S's. F1 Lads still chasing down Gray as we got Ronix in the wall. Ronix is in the wall, and that's a safety car. Oh my goodness. Ronix running a great race there, fighting for P2. Loses the rear on the exit of that left-hand kink, I believe, as they run down towards the long back straight. Very tough traction zone there over the curbs. Looks like he lost the rear and ended up in the wall. That's his race over and done with. He'll be starting 15th for the feature race. Now, who comes into the pits? Is it worth it for the fresh softs? Or is everybody just going to stay out on the mediums? I would imagine somebody's got to take the risk.
I would
safety
imagine
car will be coming in 2 laps. We'll have 2 racing laps at the end, at the very least. So is it worth it or not?
I would imagine, going by what Anime's Boys has done in the past in Bahrain, I would imagine he would stay out for track position. Maybe Zuper will stay out for track position, as well as Mr. Excitement. If he doesn't, then Gray Logic will stay out for track position. But it'll be interesting on what Mr. Excitement does. As I've said, Anime Boy staying out, but Zuper choosing to go in, not opting for the track position, so that'll promote Mr. Gray Logic into 3rd place, and ever so slightly that Red Bull of Zuper will go non-Solonsky down the line and lose that valuable. Ooh, as Anime Boy nearly does an S&M there last season.
So Super took a huge win in Silverstone last season, specifically because of his Mega IQ tire strategy. Did he just pull another one? He is in P9, but he's got the fresh softs for a couple more laps of racing. What do you think?
I mean, there is definitely. I mean, he's still within graphs. He didn't fall down too far. He's in ninth place, so there's definitely a different a mega tire offset. 6 laps versus no laps at all on tires. I would imagine he'll get through the field nice and quick, but I think he'll just fall maybe a little bit short, but you never know. Like I said, with the tire offset here, coming into the safety car here, maybe that was the right call to come in, because the fresh tires around here are very, very, very well needed. But also track position is nice, but he'll definitely have to regain those positions, and we'll keep an eye out for Zuper and see how he does. But in the meantime, S&M is the last runner out to catch the safety car.
I believe we'll have one more lap here behind the safety car, and we'll get 2 laps of racing to finish. So 2 laps. Going from P9 is going to be a lot of work for Zuper, but hopefully he can keep his nose clean and make his way up there. He was running in P2 before coming into the pits, so anything less than a podium here on the sprint race, and I would imagine that he will be a little bit disappointed.
Yeah, I would imagine with Anime Boy, a little bit of bad strain going on, flashbacks of Bahrain going through his head. Typically, I wouldn't want to say this early because I don't want to cause any shambles, but I mean, Anime Boy has made some good calls in the past, but I mean, this might have been his best call yet, other than Bahrain, to stay out. Because at this point, I would have to say Zuper. I'm not saying he won't be a competitor, because he is, because it's a 7-lap-old, 30 to 40% tires coming in to the last 2 laps in brand new softs, and he's gonna nab the fastest lap here coming into the sprint, the last final 2 laps of the sprint, or technically 3 if you want to be technical about it, but like I said, he's definitely going to be a major eye-opener here, as he's shown some pace in the past. He's an X-race winner in Silverstone for Season 3, coming out of nowhere with that Prez-like thinking. So, here we go. Coming into lap 8 here. It's going to be coming in here shortly.
Yeah, I didn't mention that Anime Boy was running such a great race. 3-second gap there up front the whole race. I saw he was conserving ERS the whole time, just for the gap to be stolen away from him here. He'll have to defend from the championship leader, Mr. Excitement, and everybody behind him. Zuper might even make a late charge on those fresh softs, but we are about to find out here as the safety car takes off into the pit lane.
As we'll figure out when he does decide to go.
Mr. Excitement will look to get a good jump on Anime Boy here. Everyone behind him waiting patiently, waiting for Anime to go. The safety car is in the pit lane already, so Anime is good to go whenever he sees fit. As we watch the throttle indicator on Anime, looks like he's going to go around the last corner. Off he goes. Followed by Excitement, Grey Logic, Lewis, F1 Lads, Metal, Rex, Sibes, JC Zuper, Supreme, Cam, Hemikid, Nerdy, and S&M. 3 of them on softs, as we got F1 Lads sending into the first corner. Too deep, gonna lose a few positions here. Metal and Rex touching on the exit as well.
A little bit of argy-bargy going on with Stee and a couple others from the back. Nerdy and S&M getting unscathed there. the anime boy. Within half a second, DRS won't be enabled for anytime soon for Mr. Excitement, so they're going to have to be dumping some batteries coming their way. But Metal God coming... Oh, it looks like Sibes wanted to look down the inside of Metal God, but chose wisely there to stay behind.
The path on Cam. S&M follows him through as well as Cam gets loose on the exit. The two soft runners, Nerdy and S&M, up to 10th and 11th. Zuper's up to 8th. See if they can make any more moves as Zuper goes down the inside, using those better tires to his advantage. Flies by Sibes. On the hunt for Metal now as he looks to try and gain back that podium position here as we got Rex losing it in Sector 3. He'll be dropping down the grid very quickly. Excitement closely following Anime as well. Can Anime keep it together here? Or will Mr. Excitement do his best Max Verstappen impression, winning the first 2 races of the season already? Can he take a sprint race win and maybe even a feature race win here today? We're about to find out. We got Excitement chasing down Anime Boy, only 4/10 back. Overtake is enabled here on the last lap. Will not be able to make a move into turn 1. He'll look to make one down the back straight, maybe.
The battle to watch is first and second here. Anime Boy still managing to keep Mr. Excitement at bay here. Coming into the S's here of the famous Sector 1 here. Coming in
with a beautiful move around the outside of F1 lads as JST retires in the pits, it looks like. Sibes closely following F1 lads. Sibes tries to sneak around the outside. F1 lads closes the door on him. They make some contact. Sibes now drops down the order. F1 lads also losing positions. The two soft runners of S&M and Nerdy now joining the fight. Nerdy up to 7th. Fighting for 7th and 8th. Supreme
Mr. Excitement
trying to hold them all back. We got Rex
making a move
in the wall.
Down the inside.
Out of as well.
Anime Boy will lose out in the final few corners.
F1 lads trying to keep Nerdy behind. Nerdy on the soft compounded tires through Sector 3. Bumps into the back of him. Can F1 lads keep this train of cars behind us? Nerdy sends it down the inside. And he runs a little wide.
George Russell incident here. S&M, his teammate, will come and capitalize even more. F1 lads are still under attack from S&M. S&M coming from the outside, coming off track. Now sends it down the inside. Wow.
My goodness, the action's crazy.
But with his first podium for CRR officially, Anime Boy coming in clutch. And the same for Gray Logic coming into third.
What a sprint.
And that last minute safety car definitely raised some eyebrows to to the people here, but Mr. Excitement starting in 13th and made his way up to first. Not surprising, but then again increases his lead on Mr. Metal. But Anime Boy starting from pole position, not really the position he really would have wanted today, but very well done from him. Mr. Gray Logic coming in with a podium as well, followed by Zuper, Metal, S&M, F1 lads, Sibes, Nerdy, Cam, Hammy Kid, Supreme, Rex, JST, Ronix to conclude the sprint. Man, oh man, it's going to be spicy.
Action-packed sprint, I'd imagine we can expect the same here from the feature race. We'll give them 5 to 7 minutes to get set up here for the race. We'll see if we can get Shira in here as well, as he didn't remember that daylight savings time is a thing in North America, so he showed up an hour late, but starting what, P15, P16? Points are still definitely on the table.
Indeed, as another 28, or as I like to say, if you like to be technical, 29 laps of good racing here. So yeah, a lot of people haven't chose their strategies yet. Not sure what Anime Boy is gonna be thinking right now, but Gray Logic coming up with his first podium of the season and his first podium ever in CRR, coming out of nowhere, and Zuper just falling short of where he was previously. I think he was in fourth when he pitted, but managed to make ground, back some ground with those new soft tires. But as I said before, track of this position is valuable, but I don't know. He did manage to get by a lot of drivers, so very well done from him. So not a wasted set of softs, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think it was pretty evenly matched there with the softs to the mediums. They did lose track position by coming in, obviously for the soft compound, but they did also, all of the soft compound runners at the end of the race made up quite a few positions. So I think one lap less, if it was only one lap of racing, would have been better to stay on the mediums. If it was 3 laps of racing at the end, I think it was pretty obvious that the softs were definitely the better choice. But with it only being 2 laps, I think Zuper, he was P2, came in, finished P4. Can't be too disappointed with that. Because, he could have always lost 2 positions even being on equal tires. So I don't think he can be too disappointed with that. S&M had nothing. S&M and Nerdy had nothing to lose. They were at the back of the field, came in for softs. S&M made it all the way up to 6th from the back, and Nerdy coming in 9th. So definitely they'll be quite happy with the result there, at least at the end. At the end of the sprint, they'll be happy with their decision to come in. And yeah, Anime Boy must have taken what I said personally there in qualifying about maybe having another Shira situation. Great quali pace. Something always seems to go wrong in the race. And yeah, he took that personally. Led the sprint there for the first 3/4 of it, and then unfortunately just lost it in the last lap to Excitement. Excitement staying strong as ever right now. Hasn't lost a single race session yet. Been 2 feature race wins and 1 sprint race win for him. We'll see if he can keep it up, as he'll be starting on pole. Hemi Kid with some technical issues dropped him down to P11, but I would imagine he'll be making the charge up the field here in the race. Shira, like I said, joining a little bit late. He'll be starting P16. Look for him to be climbing up the field. Ronix as well. Great showing in his first session in the league. Great showing till he binned it. But that's a tough traction zone there. So, props to him. Good race there, fighting for P2 for the entire race till he lost it. So he's starting P15. I'd imagine he'll be making his way up the field as well. What tire strategies do you think in here, Nerf?
As I said, and if anybody has watched the PCL race around Coda, Frank Ravison has shown that the soft compound tire can go a decent ways and still has that good advantage of keeping your defenders back for quite a while if you have the pace. But definitely, I wouldn't say definitely not a viable option right now, as I would say the go-to strategy right now would be just going on the hards, going long till valuing the track position, keeping your head down, and then if there is a late safety car, come in for those softs, and then benefit in the long run, or a set of mediums, or come in early. But But depending on what people choose on strategies here, it looks like a lot of people choosing for the medium compound tire. Hard compound tire not showing so much love. It's more common in the 50% races, not so common in the 100% races, but definitely a tire compound not to overlook today.
Yeah, at the moment, looks like excitement and anime thinking about the mediums. Gray in third, thinking about maybe starting on softs. Next 4 runners all on mediums. Next 3 after that are on softs. Looks like Hemi Kid thinking about mediums. Supreme, the only one thinking about hards right now. We got Rex in behind him on mediums. JST softs. Ronix mediums. And Shira on the soft. So seems like everybody wants the softer compounds anyway. About half of the people starting on softs. And then another half on mediums, and then 1 runner right now. Looks like Supreme, the only one thinking about the hard tire. He'll be hoping either to benefit from a safety car, early safety car, where he can take track position on the hard tires, or he's going to be hoping that there is no safety car so he can go long, pit late onto the softer compound, whether it's soft or medium, and then steal a fastest lap and make his charge through the field. So we'll give him 1 more minute here before we get rolling, as Grey Logic changes his tires to mediums. But excitement looks inevitable right now. See what he can do here in the race. Anime Boy will be looking to fight him. Grey Logic looking to come home with his first podium. Zuper looking to repeat Silverstone. Metal looking to repeat Abu Dhabi's. We got a couple of one-time race winners in the top 5. S&M, I believe, won the sprint race in Austria last year, so I guess you could say he is a race winner as well, even if it's just a sprint. So yeah, lots of action coming your way here, as I'll give them the cue to ready up.
I just made some adjustments on the stream, and it looks a lot better. Shouldn't have to adjust it anymore. But like you said, give them the good getaway here, switch scenes here, and we'll give them the go ahead to boogity boogity boogity. I mean, lights out and away we go.
Take your pick.
take your pick. Yep. But let's see who can make those tires squeal or squawk across the turn 1. Will somebody do a Max Verstappen and dive straight? And coming into 4 red lights, 5 red lights. Mr. Excitement on pole, followed by Anime Kid. And go, go, go! Away we go. Mr. Excitement gets a great start, followed by Anime Boy getting under attack by Zuper. Mr. Excitement getting nice and clean, but Zuper getting under attack from Metal. Metal getting a little bit unscathed there. Gray coming through out of nowhere, losing a position from Zuper. Not really ideal, but everybody keeping it nice and clean here through the first couple sectors here of Sector 1. Anime Boy really looking to keep those hard compound tires. I think that was a last minute change from him, but coming in to the other hairpin, Metal God looking down the inside of Grey Logic. Will he keep the traction down of that McLaren? He will. Coming through the back straight. Ooh, a little bit of contact from Shira and S&M coming to a wall. Hopefully, safety car of the first feature race of the evening. Holy cow.
Looked like Shira went down the outside, I think it was. I just caught the end of it. I think down the outside there on the entry to the long back straight there. And just tapped S&M in the rear as they were coming through the exit, and both of them end up in the wall. S&M getting the worst end of it. His suspension broke immediately. And Shira, with a broken wing, will have to come in, although I did notice that Shira had gone from P16 to P9 in the opening half a lap, so he was on a charge, but unfortunately things unraveled rather quickly for him. Zuper, though, gaining position, Metal gaining position, Metal gaining 1 position as well. Gray losing a few. Nerdy up from P9 to P5 already, so he's on the charge as well. As we'll have Sheera coming in the pits for a new front wing. Looks like he'll be the only pitter for now.
I would assume that there's going to be some squabbling in the sewers room because of that hairpin incident, as it's definitely a wide open corner. You can definitely, if you wanted to, make it 3 wide through there if you wanted to, but definitely wasn't. What is going on there? Front wing going everywhere from not sure whose car it was. It looked like Supreme, or looks like Cam's.
More
was
contact in
a
the
lot
back
of more contact. Looks like illegal overtakes left and right. Game's not deciding who gets what.
All kinds of weird stuff going on behind the safety car there. I would imagine the stewards might have to take a look at that after the race, but it looks like everybody has figured themselves out for now. Just want to ask Hemi Kid if he's gained position.
Getting a 5-second penalty to second penalty that was given out.
I believe Steve is under AI because his car is just ghosted. I think it's the AI.
Yeah, he left. He left the session.
Left. Yeah.
But his teammate getting another 5-second penalty, so 10-second penalties for the Alfa Romero club, or Alpha Tauri club, I mean. But Sheera has made 1 stop, yet has nobody else yet because it is too early. But our biggest winner here, I would say, is Nerdy, coming in clutch with the four position clutch grab from where he was originally. So will he do a Frank Robinson and dominate and come through the field like it's butter on a knife, or will he struggle? Because this safety car only benefits him.
All kinds of weird action going on. We got Cam coming in the pits now. Ronix as well coming in the pits. They must have picked up some damage there from the mayhem at the back of the field there behind the safety car.
So Ronix will get his wing replaced and serve his time penalty as well. So we won't get underway till at least lap 4 or lap 5. But if I was Mr. Excitement, Anime Boy, or Super Metal, I would be concerned about Nerdy strategy here, as it'll help them as well, but it'll help Nerdy as well get through the field a little bit quicker, and less wear as well, so that way he can fight later on. But still concluding the top 5 here, so he has had a podium in the past, Mr. Nerdy, due to Season 3 cabaffles of, I believe it was round, probably like round 10, 11 or so. But he got his first podium. But safety car will come in this lap, and I will let my co-commentator take the ropes here, as Mr. Excitement will put his glossy green mucus Aston Martin across the line.
The glossy green mucus Aston Martin. That is my new favorite name for the Aston Martin team. as he lets the safety car take off into the pit lane. He is ready to roll whenever he pleases. Did he just take off there? I didn't quite see it. No, he did not. He rounded the corner and I lost him for just a second. Will he decide to take the same approach as Anime and take off around the last corner? It absolutely looks like it. Yes, sir. We got them off. Super got a little bit loose there on the exit. Metal's going to be looking to fight him towards turn 1. Super goes defensive, decides not to. Metal tries to go down the inside as Super runs a bit wide. They're going to be side by side here down towards through turn 2. Super gives up the position and Metal's up into the podium paying positions. As we got a red flag or a yellow flag for Cam back at turn 1. But all is pretty clean here so far off the restart. We got Super and Nerdy right on the back of Metal. We got Rex making it by F1 lads. The two Alfa Romeos switching places here down towards the middle of the lap. The two Haas's getting a little bit squirrely there. We got Sibes spinning it, as well as I believe it was Ronix also spinning it. So Hemi Kid will take a few positions there. Back up to P8 for him. Shearer in right behind him. P9, so the two guys starting at the back of the field. And now P8 and P9, they're on the charge. You got Zuper only 2/10 back of Metal as he runs into the back of him. Just a little friendly love tap from behind to let him know that he's there. All things considered, though, pretty clean opening lap to the safety car restart. Excitement starting to pull a gap out front. Gap now 1.5, but behind him we got 4-car train. Excitement takes the fastest lap. Zuper just falling off the back of Metal just a little bit here as Nerdy tries to make the pass on Zuper. Following him right nice, tight and close here through the S's. Nerdy looking for an opening to try and make the pass. At the moment there is none though.
As it says, Tom97 quotes, being in the dirty air does improve your grip, so is Nerdy doing a strategy call here, or is he trying to get past, like you said?
As Gray is all over the back of Nerdy as they exit before the long back straight here.
Also, Metal.
Metal. Yeah, going down the inside on Anime. Who can break later? Looks like Anime breaks later, carries the extra minimum speed around the outside. He's going to keep the position for now. In behind them, single file for the next few cars in line is Rex all over the back of Gray Logic. In the meantime, Hemi Kid and Shearer are about to pull up to the party here. Who brought the drinks? Because we're having a party from P2 down to P9. Everybody's getting involved. DRS train all the way down. Looks like F1 Esports out here. The only person missing out by 2/10 right now is Super.
This Metal God got some nice little drift there, and Yano flashbacks, and a little bit of a time trial event there. Gets to save the car there coming out of the last corner.
Ooh, we got Shira. Oh, sorry, Gray. Gray loses it on the exit of turn 1. He's going to drop down to P9. Unfortunate for him because he was putting together a pretty good race up to that point. But the rest of the drivers ahead of him will gladly take that position from him. Looks like Ronix a little bit farther back off the lead pack, but Ronix on the charge here from P15 up to P11 now. Not too bad of a showing for him here on his first race. Oh, as we got F1 lads and Sibes coming together. They're in the wall. And that's another safety car. I just caught the end of that. Not sure exactly what happened, but I saw them flying off my screen into the wall. And on lap 6 here of the US Grand Prix.
Ooh, drive-through for Cam.
Yeah, picking up a drive-through penalty. Lap 6 here of the US Grand Prix. We got our second safety car of the night. And at this point, I would imagine we'll have some more pitters for some fresh tires, but we'll see what everybody decides and where everybody filters out here.
Well, I would imagine from this point in time, the hards can make it to the end, but it'll definitely be a struggle. But I would imagine if you do have an extra set of mediums, I would come in right now. But if you don't, it's gonna be tough. But Anime Boy does choose to come in for those.
First in is Zuper. Oh, Anime and Zuper both flying into the pits. Nerdy following him in. Rex is gonna stay out. Hemi Kid's staying out. Shira's coming in. Gray's staying out. Supreme staying out. Ronix slowing down for his safety car Delta, but he's gonna be staying out. Jace D is under AI right now, and Cam's kind of screwed because even if he does come in, he still has to serve his drive-through penalty. So Cam is not in the most favorable position right now, unfortunately for him.
Nope.
But we got 4 pitters. Gonna be on fresh mediums for Anime, fresh hards for Zuper and Nerdy. Watch out here, Nerf. You heard it here first, Nerf. What happened in Silverstone? Early safety car. Zuper comes in for hards, hangs it out for the rest of the race on the hards, wins the race by like 7 seconds.
Yep.
Come on.
Exactly what happened. Yep.
It's like a repeat. Come on.
Yeah,
I think Zuper might have nailed the strategy here again, as well as Nerdy following in the same footsteps. But Anime Boy and Shiro taking the mediums. They're basically committing to the 2-stop. So they're going to be coming in later in the race for either another set of mediums. If they have, they probably don't because of the sprint. So probably a set of softs around lap 20 or so. So they're coming into the 2-stop. Excitement, Metal, Rex, Hemi, Gray, Supreme. All going to be needing to make one more stop here yet. And Ronix probably also need to make one more stop. So the top 7 guys going to be needing to make one more stop here. And everybody behind them might be able to hang it out to the end, with the exception of Anime and Shira. And JST's on some 6-lap old soft tires, so you'll have to come in one more time as well. But this definitely leaves the door open. Some contrasting strategies here, and yeah, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, Mr. Excitement, Metal, and Rex are opting to stay out. So, and Cam actually gathers another time penalty for shits and giggles.
Not his favorite track, it seems like. I can imagine Cam will be in the chat after the race saying that he never wants to race Coda again the way it's going for him right now, but we'll hope for his sake that his luck turns around. Hopefully he also does not come into the pits here. He does not. Good riddance for him because, yeah, you cannot serve the drive-through penalty during safety car conditions.
Yeah, he would, and the only way his race would be saved here is if there was a late safety car, like the Creator Series finale in Jeddah, where we raced last week. But if there is a final safety car, it's definitely gonna be spicy. But like my colleague said, Nerdy and Zuper are in the best position right now for getting a win here tonight. Definitely hope it goes their way because, especially Nerdy, because it'll be a first win for him, or a first podium, official podium, that way. But Mr. Excitement, alongside Metal and Rex, will restart coming into this lap. We're just about to hit the restart point. Mr. Excitement will restart yet again for the second time for tonight. Wait, no.
Mr. Excitement is looking pretty bulletproof out there so far this race. We'll see if Metal, Rex, Hemi Kid, Gray, we'll see if they can cause any issues for him. But at the same time, Anime, Zuper, Nerdy, and Shira all on fresh tires, mediums, mix of mediums and hards. Yeah, they could also cause some issues for him, especially the two hard runners of Super and Nerdy. Their tires are good to the end if there's no safety cars or anything like that. I really, really like their chances of standing up there on the podium. Cam wants us to put him on blast for the rookie mistake of coming into the pits under safety car, assuming that his drive-through penalty would be served. So there you are, Cam. You're on blast. Everybody knows that you're now an idiot. I'm just kidding. Love you, Cam. But yeah, you cannot serve a drive-through penalty during safety car conditions. So there's a little tidbit of information for anybody that was wondering as Metal takes off right behind Excitement. And we're back under green flag conditions here on lap 9. Metal is not hanging around here. He's looking to make that move happen right about now. Thinks about down the outside. Tries to switch back on Excitement, but Excitement gets a good exit. And it'll be single file here as they all filter down towards the S's. All clean and tidy so far. Anime Boy looking to make a move around the outside of turn 2. Looks like he did make it stick. Nice move around the outside of Ronix on those fresh medium tires. Super as well, following closely behind the cars in front. Hopefully these guys manage to keep it clean for now. As Shearer goes down the inside of a bunch of cars there.
Same with Zuper. Zuper getting the traction down on Reinix. Nerdy falling back. He's falling back. But there's something going on with the leaders. Rex trying to get by Metal God. Metal God responding. Oh, Rex gives him the good old drift. Oh, down the switchback into the inside. Gets contact with Metal God. Metal God tries to leave him the space, but as his current trajectory, he was aiming right at him, but they both come unscathed. And it seems like everybody seems to be in their own groove right now. But, except for Zuper. Zuper is the second spinner.
Oh, shoot.
Oh, no.
Zuper's master plan unraveling a bit there, as he's going to lose quite a bit of time with that spin. As Cam comes in to serve his drive-through penalty now.
Going down the inside of Gray Logic. Gray Logic saying no, sir, but Anime Boy trying to get by, but it didn't look like that door got shut completely by Supreme at that point. But Metal God defending ever so slightly from Rex. Rex trying to make an opportunity down the inside, already outside for the hairpin corner coming into the back straight here. Looks like a little bit of a lockup from Metal God. Metal God gets a great exit alongside. Rex gets even a better one. But who has the straight line speed? Who has the top speed here? Does Metal? Does Rex? Who's using battery? Who isn't? But side. Hemi Kid. Ooh, a little nearly contact.
White make it stick. Oh, like we got a spinner in the back. It's Supreme. Dropping down to P9.
Dropping.
Metal following Rex very closely here. Hemi Kid also involved. All this fighting, though, Mr. Excitement is licking his lips. He's a happy man out front as the group behind him is fighting. The gap up front now up to almost 3 seconds as we got yellow flag in the backfield. We got Gray spun on the outfield grass. He'll be down to P11, unfortunately for him. As Cam picks up some more time penalties. In the meantime, though, time penalties, speaking of time penalties, Excitement and Rex, the top two right now, both holding on to 3-second penalties. So that is crucial here for the rest of this race.
And Metal God's going to have to communicate with Rex somehow and tell him, hey, I'm not here to fight you. I'm here to, win the race, because you guys have 3 seconds penalties. I don't. Same with Hemi Kid. But Hemi Kid under attack by Anime Kid. Anime Kid down the inside through the hairpin. Who will have the better traction? That Ferrari looks like he's going to have better traction on those mediums as they are a little bit fresher than Hemi Kid's. Hemi Kid does get the power down, though, with the same engine coming through the back straight here. It looks like Anime Kid is still ahead. Or Anime Boy, I mean, but Hemi Kid has something to say about it still. Anime Boy gives him the odd squeeze, but Hemi Kid still alongside Anime Boy. Anime Boy still getting a good traction around the outside. Switches down the inside with Anime Boy. Anime Boy, ooh, Hemi Kid does nearly a George Russell there, but man, didn't manage to get the move done.
Man, what a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful example of clean racing right there. I think they went through a good, 5, 6, 7 corners side by side. You couldn't put a ruler in between them, and no contact was made. That is how you race there, fellas. Anime Boy and Hemi Kid putting on an absolute show.
For sure, as the DRS train has been enabled. Choo choo, here we come. As Anime Boy has gotten still in a fourth position and looking to get past Metal God and Rex here, as all three, Hemi Kid, Anime Boy, and Metal, have no penalties, as saying Mr. Excitement has broken out of the 3-second marker from Anime Boy and Metal God and Hemi Kid's graphs. But coming onto the fresher tires, Anime Boy.
Shira flies down the inside of Hemi Kid, but Hemi Kid plays the tactical game, gets the switchback on him, and it'll once again be a drag race down the back straight here between Shira and Hemi Kid. Both of them with DRS. Shira's gonna have to stick out behind for now. Thinks about the inside line. Not quite there for him. He'll follow in behind Hemi Kid for now. But now with that little bit of fighting, they're gonna have trouble staying in the DRS of the cars ahead.
Metal literally kissing Rex's gearbox
Shira
there.
down the inside. Hemi Kid cuts him off at the apex. Some pretty clean racing there. A little bit of contact. Shira's going to lose a position out of it.
Yeah, Nerdy is capitalizing.
Unless Shira can hang it around the outside, which he just might do. As they come through the second to last corner, Shira makes the move stick. Nerdy thinks about going on the inside into the last corner. Thinks better of it, though. And these guys keep battling back here.
Metal
for P5.
Going down the inside, finally trying to make a move down the inside of turn 1. Coming on to Rex. Rex will have the better power, as there's a little bit of a rear loss. Anime Boy will counter that position and say, let me have a try. And he will go by nice and easy. And he'll show him how it's done. But still within DRS range is Metal God. Within Anime Boys.
Just got by Shira as well. They're on the same age tires, both 6 laps old, one on mediums, one on hards, so should be similar amount of grip left in those tires. As we got Anime getting by Rex. Rex looking to play a little DRS chicken, it looks like. We'll see if he managed to steal it.
I don't think
as
he did.
They near the DRS line. Looks
to
me like he did get it, so the strategy might be paying off there as Rex now flies down the back straight. He's going to steal that position right back from Anime Boy. So Rex with the Mega Mind IQ move there as Nerdy goes down the inside on Hemi Kid. A beautiful move there from Nerdy. Hemi Kid still in 6th place. Shira in 7th right behind. Got a couple DRS trains forming, but just some great racing here in the last few laps. You absolutely love to see it. That's what we want here at CRR.
Shira doing a little bit of argy-bargy with Hemi Kid through the... Then again, it's hard to overtake through that part of the track, but it is definitely... But Metal decides to come in. Same with Rex. Same with Rex. So,
as well as... Oh man, we got lots of guys pitting now. Looks like Shira's in as well, committing to the 2-stop.
Will Mr. Excitement respond? Ask the question.
Hemi Kid's in, yeah.
Because Mr. Excitement has yet to make a stop.
Yeah, and he's got 3.6 seconds of a gap there up front, but undercut range would probably be about 2 laps. So if he doesn't respond this lap, he could be in jeopardy of losing the net lead of the race. I do just want to mention, though, that we got Nerdy only 6 seconds off of the lead, but he doesn't need to pit again. And we got Zuper about 6 seconds back of him yet. 7 seconds back of him, sorry. So 13 seconds off the lead for Zuper and only 6 seconds off the lead for Nerdy, and they both don't have to pit yet. So they've put themselves in a good position here. Excitement's going to have to figure something out here in the next few laps, whether he wants to hang it out a bit longer, maybe think about going to softs, or if he's going to come in for those hard tires anytime now.
Yeah, as the saying goes, the net podium runners are Anime Boy, Nerdy, and Zuper because they have made a stop, unlike Mr. Excitement and Supreme. But they will have the fresher tires at the end of the day when they do decide to pit. But when Mr. Excitement decides to pit, it's actually now. But will Supreme respond in the next couple of laps? But he's 13 lap old hard, so he can still go quite a little bit of ways, but he decides to stay out. But Nerdy staying out as well. And
so we got Rex coming towards the last corner here. We're gonna watch pit exit as Excitement's rolling out of the pits. We got Rex coming down the main straight. Will Rex be able to pull off the undercut on Excitement as Excitement's coming out right now? He won't pull off the undercut, but the gap is a lot smaller than it was. Gap is going to be about 2.3 seconds. But Rex on the warmed up hard tires and Excitement on those cold hard tires is going to have trouble heating those things up here as Rex, Metal, Shira, and Hemikid all going to be trying to track him down. Gap's now opening up quite a bit as Hemikid got by Shira last lap, or got by, Gray last lap. Gray sticking in behind him, though, on the 4-lap old softs. Other than that, though, gaps are a little bit bigger. Looks like Shira's just going to sneak inside the DRS of Metal here down the back straight. So he should be able to pull up a lot closer. As Shira's 8/10ths back, but with DRS, should be able to close within about half a second here by the end of the straight. So, Excitement coming out of the pits. 4.5 seconds back of Zuper, but a good, 11 seconds back of Nerdy. So Nerdy not needing to come in. We got about 14 laps to go here, about 13.5 laps to go here, and about 11-second gap from Nerdy to his teammate Mr. Excitement. So Nerdy's in a good spot right now, but he's gonna have to hold off the rest of the charging pack. He's got to give up about 8/10ths a lap or less in the last 14 laps, or else the win could be in jeopardy for him. And once the pack catches up, once you commit to the strategy that he's committed to, once the pack catches up to you, you start dropping like a stone. So you really got to try and keep them all out of your DRS.
Indeed, as he'll be way better off than Supreme. Supreme will definitely be under attack from Zuper here pretty soon, as the tire differences are crazy right now, as Supreme has yet to make a stop to point out. So technically Zuper is still on the podium right now, but he'll just be passing Supreme off of bragging rights at this point. But Mr. Excitement looking to try to get past the new driver here, Ronix, but he's going to get under attack from Rex.
Caution sector 2. That's Metal losing it on the exit there at the back straight. He'll be under attack from Hemikid, as Hemikid should make it by him, as Hemikid's got to take off way to the inside of the track. In the meantime, though, we got Excitement getting past Rex and Ronix. Ronix dropping down to P7. Oh no, Rex was behind anyway. Sorry, Rex and Excitement getting past Ronix. Hemikid ultimately did get by Metal as well, so he's on the charge. Hopefully Metal can keep it together here. Stick in Hemi's DRS and work together to catch up to the pack ahead.
See if Anime Boy has
Supreme
any
in the pits.
warnings here. It looks like he doesn't, so
Supreme's been running a good race here. He'll be coming on to the medium compound of tires for the remainder of the race. He'll be coming out of the pits in 12th place, but he'll have some pretty good fresh tires here for the last 11 laps. So should be able to get some work done on those.
From the data here, it looks like Nerdy has one more warning to go, and that's a 3-second penalty, and that's 6 seconds of penalties.
That's another one
for
oh my goodness,
the championship leader.
Things are shaping up here for Nerdy. as we've said here before, Nerdy's never won a race. And, you know, he is the DNF king from last season. I believe 52% of his races ended in a DNF. But Nerdy, I think, is looking as good as ever right now to try and take a win as the... he's the net leader, I guess. And Super would be net P2 because Anime Boy, there's no way those tires can make it to the end for him. But the charging pack, led by Mr. Excitement, is 11 seconds back, which is, by the way, the same as it was before. We got a yellow flag for Cam in Sector 1, but he's going to be able to get it back up and running here as Zuper's getting past Mr. Excitement. Zuper trying to hold it around the inside as he pushes Excitement a bit wide. Zuper almost loses the rear. Rex looking to pick up the pieces here as these guys battle. Excitement looks like he might have made that move stick, and now Rex also trying to capitalize on Zuper. Some contact is made, and Zuper is off the track. Unfortunate end for Zuper there. Running a good race, but he's going to take off into the pits, and it is time for a new set of shoes for that Red Bull. Unfortunate end to that battle there. But sorry, as I was saying, the gap now from Excitement to Nerdy, 10.5 seconds. And Excitement's got 6 seconds worth of penalties. Rex also has 3 seconds of penalties, so...
looking
yeah,
good for Nerdy and Anime Boy. And also, net to self, Anime Boy is looking for a good race win here, but like you said, those mediums will be screaming by the end of the race as they are definitely the same. They pitted on the same lap, so it's gonna be Nerdy will have the tire deficit by the time lap 21 hits. So when lap 21 hits, those mediums are gonna start to get those traction loss for Anime Boy, but Anime Boy seems to be keeping nice car control, so he must have learned a thing or two from F1 lads and that Abu Dhabi race last season. But
Hemi Kid gets Byronix down the back straight. Now Metal also looking to get Byronix as he takes the inside line towards Sector 3. Can he make the move stick as he gets a little bit loose on the rear end, but it looks like he will make it stick and manages to stick inside the DRS of Hemi Kid for now as that rear end is getting really, really shuffly for Metal. 1.1 now the gap. He'll be looking to try and close back into that DRS window to try and keep charging up the field with Hemi Kid. Get them to work together as Ronix now off those 15-lap-old hards going to come on for a fresh set of shoes for the AlphaTauri as well. Supreme getting by Gray as Gray comes into the pits as well. Gap out front between Nerdy and Mr. Excitement now 7.2 seconds. So Excitement, now that he's in some clean air, is really closing down that gap to Nerdy, who's got 8-lap older tires. Still 10 laps to go here for Nerdy. It's going to be tough to hold off the charging Mr. Excitement and Rex. But, I mean, it is worth mentioning, Anime does have a 12-second gap to Mr. Excitement, plus all the time penalties. So if he can somehow make those mediums survive, he's definitely got a good shot here. Or he comes in for a fresh set of softs here in the next lap or two, and then he can charge his way back up the field. So he's got some options.
For sure, as if he does want to do that strategy, I would say he would need to come in. He needs to come in either now or he needs to. Yeah, I would say now would be the perfect time to come in for softs because he definitely needs the laps. But it looks like he's going to stay out and value track position more than getting the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. But Mr. Excitement just short-handedly behind his teammate. Same with Rex, but Rex staying behind Mr. Excitement, just falling short of DRS range, both with time penalties. Mr. Excitement with the most, with 6 seconds in the top 3. So Nerdy with one final warning, and then it's all she wrote for 3 seconds. But Anime Boy with no warnings at all, so all he's got to do is just keep it clean, and he may be on to at least the top 3 finish here. So definitely going to be an exciting watch here for the next 9 laps.
Yeah, so Nerdy's getting closed in on here slowly. The gap now 4.5 seconds to his teammate behind. Still got about 8.5 laps to go here, so it's going to be a tough ask of Nerdy to try and keep excitement behind. Anime Boy still stretching out his lead up at the front, though, and like I said, if he can make those mediums last, he's got 11 seconds to excitement behind, plus all the time penalties that him and Rex are carrying. If Anime can make those mediums last, he's in good shape right now.
And note to self, Mr. Excitement is blinking, and Nerdy and Anime Boy are saving batteries. So, I mean, I think Rex is also below 10% as well. So, I mean, well, I say Anime Boy isn't flashing, but he is now. But it looks like Nerdy has the best battery out of all of them. So Nerdy has definitely been charging the battery. I
got a question here for you, Nerf. If you're Nerdy and Mr. Excitement, what's the play here? Like, is Nerdy potentially on for a race win, or like is he gonna fight for position with Mr. Excitement, or is he gonna let Excitement by and try and hold up Rex, or what's kind of the game plan for these guys? Because of course Excitement's on the fresher tires. He's got Rex right behind him, just a few seconds behind him. But Excitement does have the 6 seconds worth of penalties. So, it's kind of a tough situation to be in. But what do you do if you're them?
I mean, there's 21 out of 28 laps to go, roughly around 8 to 7 laps to go. If I was Mr. Excitement, I would let Nerdy have his prime and keep that second place. It's not... if you're like, I'll take Kevin Magnussen for example. If you have 20 seconds worth of penalties and you're trying to be in the top 10, it's no point because you're going to lose the position anyway. Because he might be able to gather a gap, but knowing Mr. Excitement can catch Anime Boy, but I don't know, man. Like once he catches Anime Boy, he'll lose that position right back. So it wouldn't benefit him at all. As far as constructors wise, I would say stay behind Nerdy, try to hold up at Rex as much as possible, and try to keep that Aston Martin 2-3 as a little bit of teamwork should be incorporated. But if Mr. Excitement is the quicker driver, then obviously let him by. But he's obviously on fresher tires. But if I was Mr. Excitement, I would let Nerdy have his hard work. He's definitely earned it, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think we'll find out here in the next lap or so, as Excitement's only 2 seconds back. DRS will be opening for him probably towards the end of this lap. But in the meantime, Sheeraa has caught up to Rex. Has Rex fallen off the back of Mr. Excitement a bit? Sheerah's caught right up to him, and Sheeraa might be in the hunt for a podium here with all the time penalties up ahead. Sheeraa might be on the hunt for a podium. Don't count out Heeee, Metal, or Supreme either. They're all on the charge as well, so definitely still some podium positions up for grabs.
And they're both flashing as well. So they're both flashing under 10%, giving each other the moon here. Into the rear end here. Down the inside, Sheeraa goes. Sheeraa will give him the occasional squeeze.
Yep.
But
Rex gonna fight it back on the inside.
Says, I'll give you the squeeze back. In a little bit of contact. Both out of...
Bit of a race ruiner for both of them there, as Heeee will fly on by both of them and say, thank you very much for P4. I'll take that off your hands. Sheeraa now down to P8. Unfortunate there for him and Rex. Seemed like their tires got a little bit interlocked as Sheeraa loses it. Oh, I think he just manages to avoid the wall and avoid a safety car there. But Sheerah's race has really unraveled here, and he's going to retire on track. Stewards might have a look at that one a little bit later. So unfortunate for Sheeraa as him and that causes
a safety car.
As yeah, we got a late safety car here. That really throws a wrench into things. So Anime can get off those mediums. Nerdy can get off those old hards.
Soft.
And we'll see who else comes in. But so Sheeraa really throws a wrench into everybody's race here with this safety car. We got a few laps of racing here at the end of this. But yeah, Shira throwing a bit of a monkey wrench into the race.
For sure, but it definitely will spice things up. Getting a little bit antsy on what the call is here. Nerdy and Mr. Excitement. If Nerdy does pit and Mr. Excitement pit, it's gonna hold up Mr. Excitement, and he's gonna lose that. He could possibly lose a some pit stop time to Heeee Kid if Heeee Kid's close enough, but it doesn't look like Heeee Kid's that much close enough. But looks like Aston Martin might just do a double stack, and Anime Boy might just come in for softs because he does have some brand new softs. So Nerdy has used his softs, so I'm not sure how many he has left. If he has a used set, I would put them on anyway because, as I've said to you, even if you have a used set of softs, it's still better than not going in at all. But Nerdy comes into the pits. Mr. Excitement giving some room to Nerdy. Anime Boy coming in for some set of softs, brand new softs. Same with Nerdy here, I would imagine. Looks like some red stripes are going on there, but Rex
See if Aston can pull off the double stack.
Rex will get another 5-second penalty to his name, but it looks like a little bit of slow occurrence into the Aston Martin crew, but both brand new sets of softs. Metal will go on to a brand new set of softs. The same with Supreme. Nice camera angle from...
Rex is serving a time penalty right now. Looks like he served a 5-second penalty for his collision with, I believe it was Heeee Kid. I didn't see what happened, but he got a 5-second penalty for a collision with Heeee Kid. He got to serve it in the pits, so... Now these penalties are really coming into effect as we got excitement with 6 seconds.
Metal? Where'd he come from?
Metal's up to P4 with no time penalties and a fresh set of tires. Watch out for him.
Yeah, watch out. Mr. Excitement with 6 seconds worth of penalties as well. Metal God has shown, pace. So, I mean, you never know. So... I mean, as long as he sticks with that 6 seconds of range, and he's got roughly around 3 to 4 laps to do so. I mean, there's not really much that you can do in 4 laps with that 6 seconds worth of penalties. Same with Nerdy. He's got one more warning to go, and he's got a 3-second penalty, and he's out. Of that runner-up because of Metal God of this late safety car. So it's going to be really tough for Nerdy to not extend the track limits around here. As you said in the beginning of the stream, it's really tough to not overextend your limit here. As coming to the Cam situation, JST will not be into the safety car, I would imagine, and Cam will be the last runner-up to the safety car, unless it's Ryan X.
Probably get one more lap on the safety car here, I would think.
I would think, yeah, but if it doesn't, then we'll have 2 laps of racing to go for sure. But that'll only hurt Mr. Excitement's race because Supreme and Metal God and Heeee Kid does not have any penalties. So
once again, Heeee Kid proving that the consistency is what matters. He's sitting in P7 right now, but he also, like you said, doesn't have any time penalties, so not looking too bad for him. Anime, Nerdy, Metal, Supreme, and Heeee Kid is kind of what I would put as the net top 5, just because those penalties will hurt here, as we're only going to have a maximum of 3 laps of racing. If JST and Cam don't catch up in time, we might only have 2. But yeah, it's, should be a good one here. 2 or 3 laps left of this race. The top 7 all on fresh softs. Should be a hectic final few laps, just like it was for the sprint.
Indeed. Anime Boy gonna try to redeem himself again as the sprint race didn't go his way. Will he be able to come home for his first win? He got his first podium in CRR, but will he come home in his first win? Or will it be Nerdy coming in with his first win of CRR? To my knowledge, or will it be Metal God coming out of nowhere? Because Mr. Excitement is definitely out of the equation as far as this goes. As I've said in the past, 6 seconds. I mean, it's possible as long if somebody spins, but knowing Anime and Nerdy and Metal God, they seem pretty consistent, so I don't see that happening anytime soon. As we're coming up to the trigger now, Cam's just shortly behind, and it should be coming in next lap, it looks like. So we will have 2 laps of racing, or 3 laps of racing technically, of Coda left to do, as Cam is coming to the line here, and JST is almost, which is his AI, coming to the safety car. So definitely restarting on lap 27.
Yep. 2 laps of racing to the flag. No more possibility of safety cars in the last 2 laps. So it'll be 2 laps to the flag. First person across the line will win, unless it's Excitement or Rex, because they do have some time penalties.
And I'm not sure how much practice Nerdy has done this week, but it definitely has paid off for him so far. His teammate, not so much. It seems like he overextended his pushing limits for this track. But Mr. Excitement coming from in the sprint from, I believe he started 14th or 15th to 1st, which is really good for the weekend, coming off of a 1-win strat there. But coming into the S's now, which is a beautiful camera angle coming through here, through the S's. As you see JC here coming to the end of the pack here, as he is ghosted and he's a lap car. So nobody will let him by, and if it was real life, everybody would let him by, I would imagine.
I don't think he is lapped.
You don't think so?
You know, no, he's not lapped.
Oh, okay.
The intro
the
would be a
Delta.
minute and a half.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. All right. Yeah, he's only 5. Yeah, he's not lapped. You're right. But
he is only AI, so his car doesn't matter. But
yep.
oh, it looks like Ronix and Zuper just switched spots. I'm not sure exactly what happened, but I think they, unless Ronix just
Baku
pulled ahead.
Baku
I'm not
flag.
sure exactly what happened, but who knows? If there was a problem, I'm sure we'll find out about it in the steward's room.
All right. As we said in the past, safety cars should be coming in this lap. As you see, race control says, "Get your ass in here. I want to play with your little wing back there and not let you back onto the track. No more." Anime Boy will lead off the safety car for the 2nd time tonight. 1 in the sprint and 1 in the feature race. Will he go to the line, or will he go even earlier?
Yeah,
That's
so
the
far
question.
everybody's gone right at the line, right around the last corner. So we'll see if he decides to switch it up, or if he goes with the same old strategy. But Anime getting flashbacks of the sprint race here as he led.
Ooh, there he goes into
He
a
does take
start.
off earlier.
Anime
Excitement does not get too surprised by it. And Excitement's now 9/10 back of Nerdy, so Nerdy fighting.
Ooh.
Oh, Nerdy picks up a time penalty. That's gonna hurt a lot. Oh, very unfortunate for Nerdy. Hopefully he can do something about that. As I was just gonna say, he's on for potentially his best finish ever, but that 3-second penalty is not gonna help.
He's still
Super makes it by Gray Logic.
He's still off for a last podium shot here if he can just pull away from Supreme, but Metal God seems to be holding on just slightly, but like you said, Hemi Kid getting by Rex because of that little bit of a snap of oversteer.
Supreme sets the purple first sector. He is flying. I've heard that he did quite a bit of practice for this race, so we'll see if he can put that into effect here in the last 2 laps. As we've got
Rex.
the top 7 all on fresh tires, and they're all within a second of each other. Excitement down the back straight on his teammate Nerdy. Excitement's carrying some more time penalties. Excitement is ahead for now. Is it team orders over there at Mucus Green Aston Martin, as Nerf would say? Or is it all fair play for him as Metal still losing the rear but managing to save it? Dude's got a bit of a heavy right foot, it looks like, but he's still managing to keep that McLaren pointed the right direction. He's on for a good finish here if he can stay up tight to the front pack. Nerdy struggling to stay in the DRS of his teammate ahead, and his teammate ahead only 2/10 back of Anime. But Anime Boy, all he's got to do is keep it on track here for the last lap, with Excitement and Nerdy carrying time penalties as Excitement steals the fastest lap of the race.
No DRS.
Both, Excitement and Nerdy carrying time penalties. Anime Boy does not need to cross the line first to still take his first win in CRR here today. Can he keep it together for one more lap?
No DRS once again, but will Anime Boy say, I'll let you by and then pass you again coming into the final stretch here? Like you said.
If you take a look at the ERS, Anime Boy on 80%, Mr. Excitement only on 30. So Anime with a ton of battery to play with might have learned from his mistakes there in the first race, as he does. He lets Excitement compromise his exit here down the back straight, and he really does. Anime with a beautiful switchback steals the lead back from Excitement, and he's got so much ERS to play with here. Excitement and Nerdy both carrying time penalties. We might just see our first career win from Anime Boy here today. Hemi Kid gets by Supreme in the back straight. Supreme tries to fight it back. Hemi Kid shuts the door, says, no siree, that is my position. Up in P5 as Supreme and Rex come together. Rex into the side of Supreme. Supreme is spun. As you go,
Anime Boy!
Anime Boy's lost it! He's down to P5!
Whoa!
Disaster from Anime as Excitement looks like he might cross the line first, but Nerdy! But Metal and Hemi don't have penalties.
We'll take
Metal might take this one. Across the line, we have Excitement with the win. Nerdy P2, but they're carrying time penalties. The winner today is Metal, followed by Hemi. Nerdy takes the last podium position in P3. Anime Boy, shambles, absolute shambles in Sector 3. He's going to be thinking about that one for a while. He's going to finish 700ths off the podium. My goodness, what a last two laps, Nerf.
Wow. Not really too sure what happened with Anime Boy. Must have had a little bit of a Rex moment or something, but a little bit overconfident on the throttle, I guess. But man, oh man, what a turn of events here tonight. Metal God for his second CRR win. In the first win for Season 4, and Nerdy's second podium. Well, it says Anime Boy is in third, but I'm not sure what...
that's the weekend results. If you got to tab over to the race results.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. Just get a quick glance of everything, but looks like...
As Anime in the chat right now saying that Excitement hit him.
Oh, looks a little bit of unfortunate results there. That's brutal. Coming into the race weekend, Metal God coming in with his second win for McLaren.
Repping the McLarens.
That'll definitely make
we don't have the
some points. That'll
get the cams on. I'll flash the McLaren sweater.
Mr. Excitement coming home with 11 points this race, but pre-Stewart's coming. He may fall down forward or backward, coming to Metal's favor coming into this race, followed by Hemi Kid, Nerdy, Anime Boy, Mr. Excitement, Rex, Zuper, Renex, Gray, Super, Cam, Steve, and the losers of the race, Shira, F1 lads, and S&M, and I couldn't see the other ones there, but man, oh man, what do you think there, Fry? Who gets the title for the driver of the day?
Oh man, I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you, Nerdy just joined the call here for the cooldown room, so I'm sure you can hear us, but yeah, I gotta give it to Nerdy. That was Great race from him. Managed to keep it on track. No 52% DNF rate being talked about today, except I did just bring it up just because I'm that kind of guy. So, but yeah, great turnout for Nerdy there. Drove a great race, good strategy, and yeah, paid off for him.
Yeah, what can I say? I lucked out.
Where's the other podium finishers? We got Metal. Don't
And
see
Hemi.
Metal in. Oh, Metal, yeah. Metal and oh, it was Hemi that took P3.
P2, I think he took. I took P3.
Oh, you're okay. Yeah. I'll try and get them in the box here for the cooldown room.
From what I heard, Hemi might be pissed off. So
Ooh.
Good race, Nerdy.
thank you. You too.
Oh. I got a little bit shaky at the end, didn't it?
Just a little bit. Oh man, I'm so pissed off at myself. Last corner, second last lap of the race, get that 3-second penalty because I wasn't paying attention to track limits.
Yeah, I'd seen that.
Yeah, nice way to throw away a win there. Although I was thinking that was gonna give me a P2, but fuck, it is what it is.
Yeah. Hey man, you're still on the podium at least.
Exactly. You have a pretty clean race?
What was that?
Did you have a pretty clean race?
Yeah, for the most part. I mean, got spun a couple of times, but
Oh shoot. Well, good recovery drive, man.
thanks.
Emmy, I heard you having a rough time there.
Yeah, not sure it's even a good idea for me to be in here, to be honest with you.
I was driving behind you at one point and I saw someone getting rather aggressive with their passes, and I can definitely understand your frustration.
Trust me, I wasn't the only one.
Yeah. I was behind him for most of it, and I will admit that I benefited from his passes because he took people out as he went by, so I got free positions.
Yeah, well, then I got spun on that last safety car and lost 3 positions. So instead of being right behind Excitement for the final run, I ended up coming out 3 spots back. So
Yeah, I noticed that. That sucks, man. But I mean, you got a P2. Decent recovery.
yeah, I guess.
We'll start the podium interviews. Nerdy, you're P3, right?
That is correct.
Big podium, first one of the season, I think, for you.
Yeah, definitely first of the season.
Second
Can't
one all
complain.
time.
That is correct. Not the way I wanted it. Not the way I wanted it, but I'll take it. Good points for the team.
Yeah, I think. So, how did you feel before that last safety car? I know you had pitted on the early safety car, going to the hards. I assume you were planning on going to the end. How did you feel about your chances there on going to the end? Did you think that you could still catch Anime on the mediums ahead of you? And do you think you could fight off the charging pack behind you?
I had no chance of catching Anime in front of me with him on the mediums. He was pulling half a second a lap consistently. In terms of the guys behind, I wasn't too worried other than Excitement. But yeah, I definitely thought I had at least P3 on lock. So it was that last safety car didn't change too much for me. So
Yeah, and you still took a podium. Can't complain too much. You earned the honorary Efehrzy driver of the day, so I'm sure you'll take that to heart more than the podium. But yeah, good performance from you there today. How do you feel about Japan in a couple weeks' time?
Japan's always been a pretty decent track for me. I've typically done well there. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully have some pace there, maybe challenge for the podium and bring some more points home for Aston Martin.
Yeah, well, for your sake, we hope to see you up on the top steps again in Japan. So, congrats on the P3.
Thank you.
Hemi Kid, I hear things haven't been the greatest for you here tonight, but somehow you still managed to find your way, claw your way up to the podium. You never fail. It seemed like we're here talking to you every week. So, without going too in depth, take me through your race.
I don't really even know what to say because I'm gonna end up saying stuff I shouldn't say. So I'm thinking it's best if I don't answer. To be honest with you.
Leave it to the track, eh?
That's fair enough. That's
Yeah.
fair enough.
I got a lot of things that I'd really like to say, but I know that I'm gonna hear about it if I do. So I'm just gonna not say it, I guess.
That's perfectly fair. I assume it has to do with contact being made on the track, or
There was a lot of that going on again tonight. I don't know why everybody thinks that every single corner on every single lap has to be a fight for the win. I don't get it. I really don't. The guys need to just calm down a little bit and try to make moves, and I don't know. It just, to me, it seems like this has turned into a deal where whoever can run the least amount of downforce for the straight and then block everybody in the corners.
Yep.
And that's basically what this has come down to, and it really is. Again, I should probably just quit. So
that's that's perfectly fair. I did want to mention though, there was a point, maybe midway through the race, or maybe a third of the way through the race, somewhere around there. I think you were fighting with an Alfa Romeo. Can't remember exactly, but you guys were side by side for like 7 corners in a row, and I don't think you guys touched. It was absolutely beautiful racing. I mentioned it on the stream, and I know
I don't
obviously
remember who that was. I don't know if that was. I can't remember who that was now. But yeah, it was actually really good. I got to run a little bit wide on that last little tight corner. But
yeah, the left-hander.
Yeah, that's just tight there, so it's just kind of one of them deals. But no, that was beautiful. I mean, that's fun. I mean, that's what it's supposed to be about. But
totally agree with you.
So anyway, I'm not perfect. Trust me, I'm not trying to say that. I make plenty of mistakes. It's just I don't know.
Sometimes when it happens a little too often, it doesn't feel like it's a mistake anymore. It seems like maybe that was the intention, So
yeah,
I agree with you there. Hopefully we can get it all figured out in the stewards room. Have a conversation about it, iron out all the indifferences and keep it clean. I know at the end of last season, there was a couple races in a row where there was like 0, 1, 2 tickets a race being submitted for penalties. So I know that the guys are definitely capable of it. We know that. I mean, you and I can't remember who that was now. I think it might have been Rex, but I'm not sure. But you guys had such a good battle there through Sector 3, so we know it's obviously possible. Oh
yeah, it is. I commented on it towards the end of last year how I thought everybody had really improved, and it was really enjoyable. I mean, it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed racing with all these guys, but I don't know. Ever since Canada, it just seems like it's gotten kind of sloppy and really aggressive, and it's unfortunate. And I hope we can get it back, because otherwise it's not really much fun. So
I agree.
To be honest,
not fun for the viewers, not fun for the racers. So yeah, hopefully we can get it cleaned up. I'm with you there. But anyways, congrats on the P2. Still ended up finishing in a good position, making up some points on excitement ahead. Looks like Metal beat you out this time around, so he might extend the lead out front just by a little bit, but clawed back some points on excitement, so I'm sure you can be happy about that. But how do you feel about Japan? Is it a track that you like or no?
Yeah, I do. I do enjoy it, and hopefully it turns out better for me. It's like, just like this here, I lost control of all my wheel and everything when we started the sprint race, so it's basically now I'm going to end up taking 3 engine penalties this year, because I got screwed out of that deal too. So, I don't know. I'm just not having much luck. That's all I know. A little bit unlucky, but still managed to take the P2. So at least that's not the worst thing that could have happened. But either way, a good showing out there from you today. Out there trying to defend the championship still. It's always a pleasure to watch you out there. Well, thank you, and congratulations to Metal and Nerdy. They did good there.
Yes, sir. So Metal, 2-time race winner, bringing it home here. It seemed like you're kind of up and down the field throughout the race, but somehow end up on the top step.
Yeah, I just got lucky at the end there with all the penalties that were around me. And then, unfortunately, the incident with Anime right at the end of the race. Yeah, I was fighting through the pack most of the race, about in the middle. Halfway through the race, when I switched to hards, I got spun. So I was pretty much praying for a safety car, and luckily I got it towards the end there.
Yeah, it seemed like you were kind of fighting for maybe top 5 kind of positions until that the safety car came out. But yeah, made the right decision to come in and end up taking a big win. I believe that's your second one, just after Abu Dhabi last year. But yeah, representing the McLaren boys, trying to get it on the camera here, get the sweater on the camera here. Is it up there?
Yeah.
Oh, not quite. Okay, there we go. McLaren for the boys. So
for the boys.
representing for me and Nerf, we're proud of you. Not to throw shade at anybody else, but you know, always gotta root for the McLarens in the other tiers as well. So, but yeah, how do you find the race? Was do you have some good battles on track, or were you finding it a little bit pushy out there?
I was having some decent battles with Rex out there, and then for like that was only a small portion. And for the rest of it, it was like pretty spaced off. Some people just being able to pull away as soon as they get around me, or if I'd pass someone else, they would just stay at a safe distance for the rest of the race. So not a whole lot of battles, but there was some decent battles in there.
Yeah, just using a little bit of racecraft, a little bit of smarts to end up on the top step. Sometimes you need a little bit of luck, and seemed like you got it here today. So can't be too disappointed about that. I believe you were P2 in the championship, and that this win should help claw back some points for Mr. Excitement, as I think he finished P5, but there's a rumor floating around that he might have taken out Anime Boy in the last lap, so might even fall down a little bit further potentially. So I'm sure you can be pretty happy about that, finishing just ahead of Hemikid as well. I believe he was right behind you in the championship. So a good day overall for you. Can't be too disappointed with it, I would imagine. How do you feel about Japan? Is it a track that you like as well?
It's a decent track. I'm not the best at it, but you know, I still enjoy the track very much. Just hoping to once again stay competitive and up in the front pack.
Good stuff. Well, we sure hope to see you up there again. Always rooting for the Papaya. Me and Nerf gotta root for the Papaya boys. So good stuff from you guys, and yeah, it goes out to all 3 of you. Good to see you out there. Hopefully we can clean it up a little bit going forward. I know we're definitely capable of it, so hopefully we can make it happen again. Those races at the end of last year that were super clean were a lot of fun to watch, and I would imagine were a lot of fun to race. So hopefully we can get that back. But yeah, great results for you boys. Appreciate you guys hopping in here.
Yeah, thank you.
No worries.
Yep,
Congrats,
thanks,
guys.
Good race, boys.
And that will conclude CRR. But to conclude the tier 2 of things, be sure to check us out on Twitch, social media, TikTok, Instagram, all the shebangs, Facebook, if we do have one, I would imagine. But if it's not already down there on YouTube, if you're not already subscribed to our YouTube, go ahead and click that subscribe button. That's free. The same on all the other platforms. You're not going to want to miss. If you enjoyed tonight's overview of the commentary and overall wins tonight, same time in a roughly about 3 weeks time, but tomorrow me and my teammate there alongside me will be racing in the car, showing tomorrow in the tier 1 race at 9:45 Eastern time. So be on the lookout. And this is your boy NERForNUFFEN.
And your boy Efehrzy.
We'll see you in the next one.